Okay, so I decided to go with the smallest design possible, the most compact. As you can see, it's pretty close to the size of my hand, and that creates some challenges in itself. Like, you'll notice that this is off center as well as the battery. The reason for that is that our wheelbase is actually shorter than the width of our Arduino. And while we're talking about the battery, I actually had to move this battery up front. Originally it was on the side, but then we have too much weight on this wheel, no weight on this wheel, and I was having a loss of traction right here. So the robot wasn't driving too good. You'll notice that there's a little bit of spacing between my sensors. In my testing, I just found that with a little bit of spacing, there's a little more room for air, which makes the programming a little easier. And then on the bottom here, you'll notice we have an omnidirectional wheel, which is exactly what it sounds like. So this allows the robot to move side to side without dragging a wheel because it has these little rollers. Everything on this robot was just designed so it can make the tightest turns possible, because the course we have is quite challenging.
Okay, we're on to the code. So first I would like to thank all my viewers for their feedback, and I'll try to keep this one brief. So, jumping right into it, the body of our code is an if, else, if. Okay? Our first if statement is going to make the robot drive in a straight line when the middle sensor is over the tape. The next one is going to make the robot turn right when the right sensor is over the tape, and left when the left sensor is over the tape. The interesting part here, to count the lines, I've set this up so that if all three of the sensors are over the tape at once, that's going to add 1 to our count. And if our count reaches 3, then we know we've crossed the start line, and we want to display finished on our screen. You need this delay in here. The delay is going to do a couple of things. For one, it's going to make sure that when we're crossing that tape, we only count the tape one time rather than 30 or 40. And it also keeps the robot driving in a straight line while it's crossing the tape. Otherwise it might try to turn left or right. So that delay just pauses the rest of the code. Robot keeps going straight, and everything gets happy. Now, one important value I should point out is this 800 right here. That is our tape threshold. So when our light sensor goes over a piece of tape, it's going to display a value consistently over 800. So the 800 I have is set up as like a minimum value. And anything over 800 is tape. So for the next robot, all I'm going to need to do is reverse. I can just change this threshold, or more likely I'm actually just going to reverse these signs. Okay, thank you.
She did this sheet.
Dude, I ordered 2 spicy chicken sandwiches, a milk crate, a large half and half, and a bag of chips, and your Mountain Dew. No brownies, no cookies?